Chernarus, fearing Russia has requested military support from the U.S. and NATO, and in response, Command is deploying the 242nd to Chernarus. Yesterday, a Russian BMP-2 mechanized platoon moved into and took control of the main Chernarus Defense Forces airbase, which is on the map designated as Objective Ohio, and the airbase was preparing to receive 17s loaded with 242nd supplies and equipment. With the assistance of the CDF, a forward infiltration platoon, moved into the region last night and staged at the Balota airfield, which you can see on the map marked as Balota staging zone. And no, if you scroll in, you just change to the channel that's relevant to our stuff. So we're just using the Squad 1net stuff. Anyways, mission 242nd Platoon, codenamed Cerberus 1, is tasked with capturing the Russian-controlled CDF airbase. Once the airbase is back under friendly control, it will need to be held so that the rest of the 242nd personnel, equipment, and supplies can be moved into the region. Execution. Cerberus 1 has 2 times MH6 transport little birds, 2 times AH6 attack little birds, 2 times Mark 19 Humvees, 2 times M2 Humvees, 1 times TOW Humvee, and 1 times unarmed Humvee for use during this mission. Russian-controlled CDF airbase is designated Objective Ohio. Cerberus 1 will launch their assault from the staging site. Okay, Balota. The plan will be up to you for you to come up with right now, Seinfeld. So while I'm finishing this, think about how you want to do this. On capture the airbase, Cerberus 1 is to dig in and wait for reinforcements. In the unfortunate event that friendly forces are overwhelmed, survivors are to retreat back to Balota airfield. And that's it. Task is seize the airfield. Now, we don't have a pilot, so we can't really use the little birds. Although, if you really, really want to, I can spy in a unit and then take control and fly it around that way.
You could Zeusify it or something. Okay, the way I look at this, we have 2 options. We can go in via ground using the armed Humvees, because I'm not taking an unarmed Humvee, because of what happened to it when we tried to put an ambassador into it.
Well, the unarmed Humvee is for Platoon HQ anyways, so...
And, seeing that this is daytime, so if we took helicopters, we might take the risk of being shot down as soon as reaching, like...
It's also little birds versus
of...
MP2, so yeah, you'd have to land well outside their visual range.
Yeah, which is kind of a problem, because that makes it a long hike. Like, I could potentially see Bereznik as an LZ, but it would still be one heck of a march to reach the southern end of the airfield. Whereas if we take Humvees, it might be a drive, but if we take the route that I hope we'll take, we'll be fine.
Just a bit of intel, extra intel here. The Russian platoon that's at the airbase is the only Russian forces in the area. They kind of rush the airfield to keep us from being able to keep it. So they're without friendly support.
So is maybe beneficial to flank?
I don't know. If it's the airfield, we could park a tow right here, and the tow launcher could probably hit any BMPs in the airfield.
Well, I know
That's
it's
it.
flat, but it's not all flat.
No, that's a high ground. That's high ground, though.
Pay attention to your depth plate.
That is. The
airfield is 339 above sea level. That hill is only 361. That's 30 meters. Take into account the distance. That's not going to be able to pass it.
It's possible.
There's hills just to the southeast of the airfield that are 350.
I can't see whatever.
You won't be able to see it.
See it. Oh, yeah. No, that's.
That won't give you line of sight.
Okay.
That's way too far away for the tow.
I'm going to do something that I haven't really seen in an operation. I'm going to consult both my team leaders. Like, what I'm thinking is the little birds will be too painful to have to manage, because if they can hear them, they can find them. And I don't feel like making it a long march from, I don't know, like Starry Sober all the way up to the airfield.
I've done that in Daisy too many times.
Yeah, you're right. It's too far for tows. It's almost over 2 clicks.
And if we have a tow Humvee, it is possible, like if we drive through Vybor or through Lupatino, or even drive all the way around to Grishno and go through the freaking forest.
You
Well,
can get away with driving through Vybor.
I can.
Yeah.
You said the enemy's only in the airfield right now. They're only
Yeah.
there.
hold on. What if we flank around by Grishno and Petrovoka, take the dirt road up, set up the tow at the rear on the mountain, where we can easily get good cover, and we can start
It's
firing tow
forest.
missiles.
Do you have the forest? It's all forest.
It is. Is it
Yes.
dense?
It's
It-
dense.
it's
pretty
dense.
dense.
All right, never mind. That was a dumb idea.
If you
Okay, well,
the
I know.
hills at the southern end of the runway are actually perfectly high enough for us to hide it. Humvees behind, and you can pop up over and shoot and go back down behind. But that does put us really close, and the BMPs could just rush us if we don't blow them up fast enough.
And I'm guessing that one tow hit will blow the bejesus out of us.
Well, it's possible we could have the tow Humvee up on this hill right here.
What about the fence? Is the fence fully repaired? Because if it isn't, then we have risk of damaging the vehicles if we do try to break down to go in a different area.
Humvees are very powerful compared to these fences. We can break
Okay.
through all of them as long as you don't hit it at speed. If you just go out to it and then push through it, then you're fine.
Well, we can always
someone
have
deleted my mark, but I was getting ready to say something.
we can always have the tow Humvee here, and then the AT team hiding in the barracks, and if the BMPs rush, the AT team can hit them from behind.
Then where
Well,
would we have the
what
infantry
I was
go?
going to say, if we catch them by a weird thing of surprise, and if I kind of know John the way he wants to build missions, there's going to be at least a squad or so at the barracks. I don't know if they will have AT or not, but they would basically act probably as spotters for the BMPs, which could be pretty much sitting by the hangars, field, or at the near end of the airfield, or anywhere in between.
Well, your mission, man. Go for it.
So if Tell says I can make it through Vybor, that's where I'm going to go. The thing is, if I'm going to be able to make it all the way around to Cabino to reach this little hill thing, or if we should actually push up to Grishno.
Are you doing it on side chat or group or whatever?
I haven't marked anything yet.
Okay. Well, the only way to try is to go and do it.
Yeah.
Because that's a long distance. That's a bunch of miles away. So.
Peyton, let me do the markings.
Another side note.
I think that would be a good idea if we have the M9K.
Okay,
if-
Peyton,
them-
suggest don't try to make the.
Well, yes, no, I know. That's what I'm suggesting. The MK19s move in. They give support to the AT guys rushing into the barracks.
Peyton, how many vehicles do you think we can crew at the same time?
Yeah, we don't have that many people, bro.
Just
keep
because we have
forgetting.
that
I
many
keep
Humvees,
forgetting we
it
have
doesn't-
so much like radio channels, but not enough people.
We can
keep
take
thinking
about
we have a
two
lot of people.
vehicles.
Okay, since we're running with the classic 2 for the show, here's what I have planned. I'm not going to put movement markers yet, but this is how the battle plan is kind of working. These forests are going to be very hard for a BMP to get through, let alone see. So, if we can make it through Vybor, and if Cabanio, or however you say it, is clear, we might be able to move up to the forestry. But if that doesn't happen, it can be potentially death-defying. Or death something. We're going to be attacking the southern end of the airfield. This is the plan. I'm going to mark this as I go.
Side note, this shouldn't affect your mission, your plan here, but the vehicles all have equipment built into them, so they have extra ammo, medical supplies, and they also have various close and medium range scopes. So everybody can feel free to grab what they want from that. And there's extra ammo and stuff like that. So if we need to resupply out there, and the vehicles are still up and active, we can actually resupply from them.
Where can we resupply at?
The Humvees
Humvees.
are loaded with.
I know, but you said something else. Stalingrad or something like that?
What?
I don't know, I totally misheard you then.
Yes, he did.
Is that even a city on Trinaris?
I don't know, I just heard grad. I'm like Humvees, and then we can resupply at Stalingrad. I'm like, what? What do you mean Stalingrad? I don't remember
Are you?
hearing that.
Are you smoking the reefer?
No, I don't do drugs.
You didn't
That's
answer the
even worse
question.
then.
Well, if I don't do drugs, then I'm not smoking the reefer.
Well, you're right that that's implied.
Then
But
we
you
are
didn't
going
explicitly
insane.
say it, so.
I don't. I get piss tested like at least once every few weeks, so I don't do.
Did you get caught for it in the military?
No,
Then
it's
why do you get piss tested every 2 weeks?
because I'm in a security job and they freaking drug test you.
Yeah.
Okay.
They drug tested me for. Oh, sorry.
Here is how we are going to do this. Also depends if we take contact, which I don't think we will. We are going to leave out through the western Balota staging zone, move northward, taking random roads basically, reaching the highways, going through Pokrovka, Rogovo, and then here is where we have the option, or what I call the option plan. At 045082, you see those like big, like probably salt flats or something, or a field or something, this northwest of Rogovo.
There are no salt flats in Chernars.
Market.
It's
This
fields.
thing.
Oh.
It's an
There-
open field.
It's an open field. It's a lightly hilly open field.
This depends on if we take contact or if we see anything in Cabardino, whatever. Option 1 is to go through Cabardino, because it is the closest way to get airfield and into the forestry without having to bust through a fence. Option 2, which is if we take contact south of the airfield, or if scans by the toes, heat sensors, or whatever see that BMPs or any infantry are close to the fence or the southern part of the airfield at Objective Ohio. Plan 2 is to move west from Vidor all the way up to Lopatino, push east to the other forestry on the other side of the airfield, at OP Plan B, and then make a midway assault through there by using the forestry as a scan to find where the BMPs are. Now, no matter which way we come, we're going to use